Hello, I am Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be giving you a little health update because for those who have been watching for a prolonged period of time, you may or may not be familiar with the fact that I struggle with a lot of serious health issues. So, first things first, the lump in my eye that is presumed to be cancerous, it's growing at an incredibly slow rate. I saw my ocular oncologist, who's the only one in Western Canada, and she's confident we can see each other on a 6-month basis instead of every 3 months because the rate is slow. So because the rate is slow, it is indicating that it's less likely to be malignant, which is a good thing. We did try surgery, I don't even remember when, but we tried surgery. We went in and cut around a bit, but we couldn't remove the lump, so it wasn't completed, so it's still inside, but that is some good news. And then right now, I am actually undergoing my third lidocaine infusion, but second subcutaneous lidocaine infusion. Basically, what that is they stick this way. They stick, I think it's a catheter, I think it's the proper word, into my abdomen. Then the lidocaine, which is the medication, in this bottle that is, well, hooked up all fancy to me here. It has basically a little bulb. The medication is slowly released at 5 milliliters per hour, and lidocaine is a local anesthetic. So basically they're flooding my entire bloodstream and nervous system with an anesthetic. So the idea and goal with this type of procedure is it's going to hopefully kind of calm down my central nervous system, because I do experience pain all the time in my neck and back, shoulders, basically between my abdomen, like my lower back all the way up to here. And it's very, it's quite crippling. I spend most of my time in either therapy or undergoing various treatments, and the lidocaine has proven to be quite helpful in terms of calming down the pain. It helped my back a lot, so I was able to walk a bit more. So say my walking tolerance is improved by a great margin. Maybe I could walk, say, 5-6 blocks before it starts to hurt instead of maybe 2-3. So yes, it's a large improvement for myself, but it's not sufficient to resume like a normal life. But with lidocaine, the idea is that we can keep calming it down and bringing down that oversensitized nervous system, because I don't necessarily have physical problems. Like there are obviously physical problems with me, but they don't respond that well to treatment. So the current pain clinic that I go to, it's called Change Pain. Their pain specialist, they basically told me that it's unlikely you're going to get better, which is not a pleasant thing to think about. Basically, they told me that I'm going to have to probably live with pain long term, or possibly for the rest of my life. And they want the goal to be that I can have functionality with pain. So it's not very pleasant. Like, it takes a long time for me to get out of bed, because when I'm in bed, I don't sleep well, but then there's a lot of pain when I wake up because I'm relatively stationary. It takes a bit of time. I do my physio exercises. They're not very strenuous, but then afterwards I'm kind of tuckered out for at least a couple hours. Like, it's not an ideal situation, but like the goal is to try and build up more functionality, more strength, and I'm gaining small amounts of strength. Like, I can do things that are very easy for the average person but very challenging for myself now. And I guess a good way to visualize how I manage my pain on a day-to-day basis is something called spoon theory. So you can think of a spoon or any other object you want, and every day I get, say, 10 spoons. However, certain activities consume X number of spoons, and in an ideal world, every day I don't use more than 10 spoons. If I were to, say, use 12 on one day, I would have to compensate and use 8 on the next, because say I did 12 spoons, 20% more every day, I'd be basically having no spoons left by the end, and that's not ideal. Like, I had to pace myself, and then over time, activities would cost less spoons. So that's a kind of a way to visualize and think about, like, physio exercises take, say, 3 or 4, maybe every walk takes 1, like, that's sort of ideal. Like, it's another way to try and do pacing. Like, it's not very enjoyable, like, knowing that I have a lot of these restrictions in place, but that's kind of what I have to live with at the moment. And I did used to play badminton. I know a lot of people like to ask that. When I was younger, I used to play badminton. I was quite competitive, but I just wear these shirts when I go to see doctors, because if I sweat, which I do, it kind of dries off. It smells terrible, but at least I'm a little drier. And right now, I can't really shower effectively with this in, because I can't get this wet. I can disconnect it, but it's not ideal. And in theory, I want to let the medication run, and if I let it run non-stop, it will complete the whole cycle in 30 hours, approximately 30 hours. So it's quite a long thing, like, and there are a lot of expected side effects. There is like a metallic taste in your mouth, which I don't have at least, but I'm experiencing a lot of nausea, dizziness, fatigue, and just weakness in general. So like that's what I'm planning to experience. Like I had this done 4 hours, no, 3.5, 4 hours ago. So I'm starting to like, the side effects are starting to pick up. So I'm not going to be streaming today. I'll hopefully be able to stream in my next scheduled stream time. Like I have a link in the YouTube description down below for my streaming schedule and Twitch page. You can click around there. But I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a health update as to where I'm currently at right now. So hopefully you all have a healthy and mantastic day, and happy puzzling. Bye.